Welcome back to more Haikyuu, where we are running through the teams here. We are watching the spring tournament go down, and somehow, by some miracle, our crows are actually managing to pull it off, despite their lack of experience, their flexibility, and their willingness to do pretty much anything, as long as it's above board, to actually win and improve themselves is admirable. But what we have to do is keep watching, see who else comes on board, see who has to interact with them, has to stand up against them. Who's going to have their day ruined? I just hope that there's no more shoes going missing and the like. Let's just strap in and watch volleyball. Okay. Getting to see Pokuto again. Seeing their match. He's doing fine. They're only a few points in and he's already going off on one. Go on, just rub his back, tell him how great he is. Get him back into the mojo. Did he not have his lunch properly? His underwear's on backwards. That's your issue. Well, if you keep sulking about it, you won't even be able to show off to anyone. Okay. Well, seeing that his entire presence here is predominated by, well, trying to show off, trying to impress people. He's got the right attitude for all of this. But also, are we now going to see that team and their trials that they go through, or is it just knowing that they're here, they're just, off somewhere else, not really too much reason to pay attention to them? And with so much that we have seen in Haikyuu for the various teams, having people that have these idiosyncrasies, their little foibles and things that really make them who they are, even if it is just throwing a wobbler if they're not on the main stage, it really does make the entire world of Haikyuu seem a bit more lived. Seeing them there, shouting for them. Had to cheer them on. Well, he didn't have time to pay attention to the crowd. One match down. Huh? He might need to cut back on some of the carbs. Huh. These are the ones that need to be introduced. Are they bigger than you imagined? It's a tough world we live in. I mean, they came in out of nowhere and are making waves. He's a bit of a handful. He came out of nowhere to put his mark on the volleyball world. After their history, make sure to make them shake that fort of the school. I mean, he could have still done it. Looks like a nice lunchbox there. Then just a tiny little tap over. Kenma. And seeing that the first set went off into the late 20s in its score. How well is he? That was a neat little ball squash. You could tell the power behind that. We don't even get to see much, just little glimpses. Now that they're on to the second round, there may be time for them to battle. They've got some time in the big city to spend for themselves. Is he just... I was about to say, is he just contemplating where to go as well? So many choices. Smash every wall in your way. I mean, you could make a case for this place being centre stage with no one else, no other court to look at. So you're on the big stage, but no one's there to watch. Why would he put his all into it? He just needs a good slap and then he'll get started. I kind of like how fickle and flippant he is. Being he is this tour de force of actual strength and power and skill, but he's a bit of a diva. That would help. As soon as he realises that there are some eyes on him. Also, the fact that he has this kind of reputation and then it isn't showing it. You're not setting to me? He's so dejected, the poor boy. See, if you think about it that way. But there's more places for people to look. There's no one else to take the limelight away. Yeah, but it's the just getting through to him in that way. Yeah, the simpletons, guys. Well then, who's he to disappoint now? I think the air about him just now has shifted for... Not sure if it's the best yet. Really, what makes people tick and what's important to them can be insane sometimes. Nice jump. Do you think they're getting a bit of the idea now? Yeah, just make him feel special. Hey, indeed. Just don't let it go now. Nice. It's quite good that they turned up. Just keep it going until there's a reason for him to get invested. I'd agree with that. From things we've seen and even at training. He is quite the card, that one. In the small. Well then. They're gonna hit it off well. It's just, this is the first time you've seen him, because it was at the Olympic training camp, I think. Ah, we've got this confrontation music. However, it feels like he should. The fact he doesn't know him. We've got another one of his kind of stature. So now it's a duel. In a sense. How? I mean, every centimetre counts. I was about to say. He's trying to find ways to beat him. A new rivalry. A new rivalry has been born. It's good to see him a little looser than what we saw before in the youth camp. And how long do they have before their next match? How much is it to watch and take in? Supposed to be. I mean, it seems like he's somewhat up to par for what you'd be expected for the youth camp. He wants to take it all in. Well, look at that movement. The fact he looks so focused on it, you can tell why Hinata was like, if I take my eyes away, I lose. He's really shining here in this match. We're not seeing much of the rest of the team. He's taken that accolade for himself. There's quite a lot for Hinata to overcome. I mean, it does show that there's a pathway to being great. It's quite the gap. Is he going to run? It looks like she's got a clipboard. Is there going to be many victims in this rampage? He doesn't see height as a disadvantage. I mean, the world at large, maybe? Or because of his skill. Huh. Give him a reason. You falter the block, you failed a spike, not your height. Seagull. Huh. I feel like we've birthed a new sense of camaraderie between them. Rant? Someone just needs to put him in his place a little bit every now and again. Okay, really? Just picking up by the scruff of his neck. It's gonna be look at his expression. What's he facing? What's he thinking at the minute? Whoa. I mean, there was a certain level of intensity there. There are those that can see the love of volleyball and the skill and attention it takes, much more than any physical attributes. That was the bit you fought back against. They have to see them soon, so don't break already. Yep. It's all fine making big promises and statements, but the gravity of the situation in front of you, 40. Well, yeah, I did see the listing. Now just imagine all of those 40 that went home, how much they've had to struggle, how hard they've had to fight to be able to get here in the first place. There's always going to be some that have to leave early. But kind of like Bokuto wanting to fight on the main stage, be part of the big centre of attention. Getting to school from nothing, nobody, an unknown entity, to even just the upper echelons of this tournament, it would be an achievement that I don't think any of them could look back on and be ashamed of. But I do like how they aren't just thinking about it as just another game. There are those that are taking it as personal growth. What they can do to get even better. The next step on the rung. Huh? It's not a preview or anything that I need to skip. It's after. Oh yeah, the good hotel. Ah. Think about the important things. To be fair, if fighting hard means you get an all-you-can-eat buffet, then you might as well go all out. I see. Reach out to him, just talk a bit more after the introduction to the character we got before. Well, now he can fight his hardest. He really doesn't know how to respond, does he? Don't. I mean, is he trying to make him feel better or just hurt them more? Oh no. God. Haikyuu doesn't disappoint on the intensity of some of the matches, on the personal growth that we're seeing from the characters and seeing them. And the fact that even they're not lesser, but less screen time characters, I guess, that you don't see too often, still have such an impact, and their story and their growth actually is meaningful. mixed in with the comedy and some of the interactions of the characters. It's exactly what you want from that kind of character-driven comedy type things. And it's a really good launching off point into sports. I'm sure I have already said this hundreds of times over since we're now on season 4, but Hinata actually seeing someone of his own kind of reflection, where he could be if he continues on this path. If he had a little bit of extra help in the beginning instead of no one to practice with and a volleyball club that didn't exist. And someone else that also believes that height and stature are not the governing factors. While also having a little chip on his shoulder. It's not that it doesn't bother him entirely. With the little cutouts bits where we got Hinata and Yamaguchi going out to buy some t-shirts, go watch the other match, the little in-betweens saying that there's more than just the matches and the teams going on here. There is an entire a tournament, things that are scheduled, things go on when they are meant to. Small things that might go unnoticed, but to me makes it so more real. And considering where we left this episode off with, I hope it's not just a tactic to put him out of his game. Don't want Tanaka really sinking the match because his mind is elsewhere. It would be quite evil if that was the case, but I also believe that if he's got something like that cheering him on, the thought of let's do our best, then we might have an up-and-coming new star in the making. I mean, why not try and show off a little? But with teams going home and teams rising to the next match, who are we going to see come up against each other? I know we got some names actually given to us there, or team names at least, school names. Further on down the line, who's going to clash? Are they going to get the battles that they want? Life doesn't always give us exactly what we plan, so it is interesting to see what might come out of this. Hopefully you'll be there. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. Maybe join my Discord. Just make sure to stay hydrated, eat well. Remember there's a buffet if you do well enough. And I'll see you in the next one. If you want to be cheering me on the sidelines, which gives my channel of an attention whore all of the confidence that it needs, consider joining onto my Patreon. Because thanks to the likes of Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthia, Shiwan, Mats, Arkany, Guado, Danny Swede, Croyville, Kite, Diego Zenhausen, Ranka, the Kebab Seller, Tori Jane and everyone else, I can do a lot more than just buy a few t-shirts, no matter how cool their slogans.